My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks!
Here we are on a blustery night on the south side of Ankeny, here at Ankeny High School. We have the Cedar Falls Tigers coming into town to take on the Ankeny Hawkettes here for the first game of the season. And in typical spring sports fashion, we've got a cold, blustery night, but most of the girls look pretty comfortable. Don't have a lot of things covering their legs, and just a couple girls even covering with their arm coverings, but that wind is definitely blowing. Is going to be a factor tonight as we get ready for the game. Starting lineups have been completed. We're going to have the Tigers on your right in the white with black shorts, and the Hawkettes in the all burgundy and gold on the left, going from left to right. And it'll be the Tigers with the ball first, as they're going to be putting the ball into play. 40 minutes on the clock. Got some rule changes this year. There is no more shootouts at all, no more overtime. So if the game ends in a tie at the end of regulation, it'll be a tie, which is not going to be a lot of fun for the fans, but will help with scheduling and making sure the games are going to be online as Ankeny puts his first shot on goal, easily snatched up by Montgomery, the goalie for the Tigers. And that was 26 for the Hawkettes. Van Howling that got up there and got a shot on goal. She's going to be sporting a pretty big brace there on her left leg. Hopefully first action for tonight. Looks like she's moving pretty well. She's going to be the starting center forward. Hawkettes bringing back a strong veteran midfield led by Allie Mackey, one of the leading goal scorers from last year. She'll definitely be playing a part in this game and in this season as we move forward. It's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Player goes down. Back end throw-in for the Tigers. I think some of the problems you see early season is some of these teams are going to be working out their formations. There's going to be kind of like what we're seeing right now. It's just a lot of bodies in one place at one time covering up that ball. As we get more into this game and more into the season, we'll see the formation spread out a little bit to give those girls some more room. But right now, everybody's going to be focused on playing that ball, so definitely the formations definitely bunch up at this time of the season. Tigers put the ball back into play. Mackey with several touches there. Sends the ball down the line. Got a streaking Hawkette on the outside. She gets taken out by a Tiger and get called for a foul. It'll be a free kick just outside the box here, about 10 yards outside the box. Good opportunity. The wind is kind of blowing to the north, it looks like. Am I feeling that right, Andy? I think it's blowing north, more straight west, is it?
I would say out of the southeast.
Southeast,
yeah,
okay.
Out of the southeast.
Yeah. I'll be Mackey teeing this one up for the free kick. Got a 3-person wall there for the Tigers, as that referee is going to give that requisite 10 yards and move those girls back a little bit to give Mackey a little bit more room to be able to put this ball into a dangerous position. Got about 6 girls that are going to be attacking. Goes off the edge of the wall. It's going to go out of bounds, so it'll be a corner kick for the Hawkettes. Corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush. You can find out about their camp offerings, teams at iowarush.com. Next, looks like it's going to be Kephart over there for the corner kick. She's joined by one of the individuals short there, but that short individual is going to be dropping off there out of that protected little 10-yard triangle there. Kephart raises her hand. She's ready to put the ball into play. Sends it to the top of the box, and really nobody there for the Hawkettes. Everybody was much, much too deep on that situation. As the Tigers get that out of trouble and send it almost to half field, midfield. That'll be a Hawkette throw-in. 5 minutes off the clock. Throw goes down the line. She tries to connect up with Mackey down the sideline, but several Tiger defenders there are able to knock her off the ball. Ball gets to midfield. Almost gets across there for really the first attack for the Tigers, but the Ankeny defense is standing right at midfield and gets that ball away as they control it and scroll it around the back, and it gets knocked off, deflects off of a offensive player for the Tigers. They send it back to the goalie. That's going to be Zero. Close for the touch to the outside. She's going to try to take it up the sidelines, but it's stolen by number 8, Buchanan from the Tigers, and then stolen back by the Hawks. Captain Mackey sends it up, tries to connect up with Van Houweling. Van Houweling boxes her player out, but then loses control of the ball. The Tigers are now cycling it around the backside of their defense. Chin has to run that one down on the far side. She does get control of it. Plays a little tic-tac with her other defender. And they send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Definitely a cold night out here for these players. We're lucky to be up here in the box with the windows closed and being able to get out of this wind. But you can see the whole Cedar Falls line up on the bench over there, all have blankets and they're all huddled up together. And then you got the Hawkettes on the other side. They're all huddled together with jackets and blankets as well. Hawkettes send it down, but sends it back to one of the Tiger defenders. They control the ball. Long ball down. She's onside, but the goalie's going to come out of the box, and she's going to try to send that back out. As Close goes and tries to get back into position, they send the Hawkettes send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. So pressure here from the Hawkettes on defense. Leads the Tigers to just send the ball all the way down to the field, getting chased down by the Ankeny defenders. And the goalie is able to pick it up as it does trickle right into the side of the box. So she gets that ball into the hands and then advances up and pushes her team up the field. Nice touch between Mackey and Buchan. Up to Van Houwing. Van Houwing takes it backwards, and the Tigers kick it out of bounds. It'll be Peterson for the throw-in. She takes it quickly. Handball there by that midfielder for the Hawkettes. It's number 13, Squires, as she tries to hustle through there. Ball goes off of her shin and then kicks up to her hand and gets called for the foul. It'll be number 22 for the Tigers, putting it back into play. That's Beneke. Tries to connect that into the middle. Mackey's got a shot on goal, and it just trickles off the hands of the goalie. It goes to the left side of the goal. I don't know if they're going to be calling a goal kick or a corner. I think it should be a corner, but I think the goalie acted like she missed it, but I'm pretty sure that she touched it as it went through there. As soon as she saw that it did not go in the goal, she acted like she didn't touch it, but now she's having a hard time keeping the ball in the same position for her to make her free kick or goal kick. Ankeny gets a throw-in on the far side, deep in the territory of the Tigers.
Yes, you doing all right?
Tigers into the midfield, sending it out to the far side. Number 10, DeYoung's trying to chase that one down, but the wind takes it and sends it right out of bounds. Peterson for the throw-in. Wow, that wind is really gusting right now. Coach Simon for the Hawkettes has told his bench to jump up and get down and get warmed up and get the blood moving. Nights like this, it's a little bit too chilly, and stay on that bench too long. It's going to be hard to get warmed back up again after you had a good warm-up for the start of the match. It's going to be a free kick for the Tigers. Beneke is stepping up to take this one. Tigers spreading the field out pretty well. Beneke steps up, puts the ball into play. Taylor heads it out, right back up to the top of the pitch. Mackey gets control of it, sends it down the sideline, connecting up from the outside and to Van Houwing. Van Houwing does a couple touches, looks for Mackey, sends it into the middle field. Does kick through there, and a Tiger defender, Sheehan's right there to be able to send it out of bounds. Otherwise, 24, I believe that's 24 on the far side. Schapfeld had an excellent opportunity to be able to slide in there for a shot on goal. Hawkettes will get a throw in. Mackey sends it back to Taylor. Taylor with the throw in. Tiger offense has pretty much been non-existent here so far as they knock down a ball here, but there's 4 Ankeny defenders all sitting back there ready to go. Van Houwing, nice little touch to the outside, but can't connect up with her attacking outside midfielder. And the ball goes out of bounds off of a Hawkette. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. That'll be number 3, Faber. Drops the ball off to number 6, Schmidt. So Schmidt will put it back into play. Squires heads the ball out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for the Tigers as they move up the field slightly for a better throw-in. A little bit of a dangerous throw-in as they throw it kind of in the into the teeth of the offense of the Hawkettes. Mackey trying to make them pay, but can't get enough of control of the ball to make anything happen there. And the Tigers send it out to the top. Looks like the Hawkettes are employing a 3-person back row. It's going to be Peterson, Kephart. I think Squires may be back here as well. I think it might actually be a 4-person back line here. We'll have to see as they spread out a little bit. But right now it does look like it's sitting at 3. The other one is Steinkamp playing that center back position. Squires is right there. Is going to be, I think she's in a defending midfield there rather than on that back line defense. Looks like we're just running a 3-person back row there. And I think that's a kind of a product of being able to be more aggressive against the Cedar Falls team that they're playing against right now. Mackey tries to get a touch there, and does it go off of a player? Yep, it goes off of a player. It'll be a corner kick for the Hawkettes. Second corner kick for the Hawkettes. It's going to be Kephart once again taking the ball, number 4, for her second corner kick of the night. Corner kicks brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Kephart put a nice ball to the top of the goalie box last time. We'll see if we can get that back to that same position again and see if somebody's there to be able to connect up with that and put the ball away. Kephart surveying the field there as everybody's jockeying for position. They go down to the line. Got 4 girls on the line. She puts it right on top of that goalie box. And it's going to roll all the way across. It's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers, but they're still in a dangerous position as it is very, very deep into the offensive zone of the Hawkettes.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, our elite sponsors, All-Star Country, Roy Plumbing, Casey's, Central Bank, Central City, Technical, CMC Pool, Creative Cutter, Flooring America, District 30.
Well, back and forth here over the Hawkettes, trying to get control and some passes connected together as they move forward. Ball gets into Mackey. Mackey gets a touch on it, goes off the side of the goalie and goes just to the left of the goal frame there, and it must not have got touched by the goalie there. She, once again, just barely missed it on 2 attempts there by Mackey to score a goal. Both went to the left of the frame. Substitution there in for the Tigers. That's substitutions tonight are brought to you by Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Taylor heads that ball right down to her own feet and goes off of a Tiger and goes out of bounds. Peterson for the throw-in. She takes it back to Steinkamp. Steinkamp settles it down. Tries to pop a ball down the line, but a little bit too much oomph on that one and goes out of bounds. But once again, pretty deep down in the offensive line for the Hawkettes. What are they doing here? So I'm not sure what they called there because I don't think that touched anybody when that went out of bounds, but maybe I missed something. Tigers doing a nice job of connecting up there, but Taylor cuts through a gap and steals the ball. She's got doing a good job of controlling it down the line as we take a shot at goal there, but I think they're going to call another goal kick here, or are they going to call a corner? It's going to be, can't tell what he's motioning like a corner kick. Yep, going to be a corner kick. The goalie had gone all the way over there to retrieve that ball. And it looks like it's going to be Kephart coming over here to the short side to take the kick as well. Schapvelt is the short player there. She moves out and away, taking that defender along with her. Kephart sends it into play, top of the key. 1 touch there by the Hawkettes, and the Tigers are able to get the second touch and get it out of play. Taylor traces this one down, tracks this one down, and sends it back to the back defender. Squire sends it back to the goal. Keep close, gets one of her few touches here for the first half. Winding down under 23 minutes left here in the first half. Most of the action here has been on the Hawkettes side of the field. Ball nicked out of bounds. Peterson back with the throw-in. She connects up with Paoli. Paoli sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Tigers. Goes over the intended target. Both teams kind of jockey for possession. Hawkettes come out of it for a second, but Tigers send it out to the top. Now controlled by the back line of the Hawkettes. Peterson sends the ball down the line, but I think number 19's new into the game. I'm going to get a name for that one. I don't think I got a 19 on my roster. That is 19, isn't it, Andy? Yeah? Yeah, right here is short. Mackey with some control out there. Has got 3 defenders on there. Slides it to the middle, but nobody's home. But the Tigers are keenly aware of when Mackey has the ball, and she's got several defenders on her every time that she's touched the ball tonight. Nice build-up by the Hawkettes. Mackey, one touch, takes it to the outside, hits it with her left foot, but the goalkeeper's in great position. Montgomery gobbles that ball up and is ready to send it back into play. Cedar is number 19. Roster update here in game. I don't know. It was a drop ball kick there, but I don't know what it was for. Foul right at midfield. That'll be a free kick for the Hawkettes. Trying to look at the weather. Are they thinking that rain's going to be coming in at some point here tonight? Way later, okay. Yeah, temperature's going to stay about the same though. It is a warm wind compared to what it was on Sunday. Sunday was definitely a cold wind. It is kind of a little bit of a warmer wind than it has been. We were out here for little kids football on Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and it was brutal. Touch there by the Hawkettes and a shot on goal. Sails over the top of the frame. I think that was Paoli that controlled that ball and got a shot off. Montgomery going to put the ball back into play. Nice little set of touches there by the Hawkettes. They're threatening again, just outside of the penalty box. And Cedar is not able to track that one down, so it'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Montgomery puts the ball back into play. Little tap to the outside. I think it's a dangerous move to be keeping that ball so deep in the offensive zone for the Hawkettes. They're going to probably pay for that as they go a little bit further into the match. Mackey controls, surveys the field, gets it into Paoli. Paoli with one touch tries to get it back to the middle. Mackey gets the ball back, takes a shot, And it goes right over the top of the goal bar, the high bar there, top bar. As Mackey just did a little turn and tried to chip that ball, would have got right over the top of the goalie. Goalie couldn't reach it, but it was just a little bit too high. And flits right over the top of the top bar. Once again, the Tigers take it short, and ball's getting knocked around. They're having to roll it backwards again, as the Ankeny offense is just right there in their grill, ready to try to take that ball away. Nice little move there on number 9 for the Tigers, Zylstra. Hawkettes send it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Tigers. Near side of the field. Paoli tries to connect up with number 7, Buchan, but Buchan tried to make the run on the down the middle, and the pass comes up short. Kephart sends the ball down the line, tries to connect up with Mackey, but the backline defender, number 22, Beneke, sends that ball out of play decisively. Got another substitution at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Substitution. Presley Sullivan into the game, number 5. Paoli controls it in the middle, sends it back to the back line for the Hawkettes. They cycle it around to the far side. Taylor moves it up the field, tries to take on her defender. Sends it back. Trying to flip the field over here to Peterson. Peterson tries to go down the line, but the Tiger Buchanan's there to knock that ball out of bounds. Ball once again goes out of bounds off of the Tigers. Peterson once again puts the ball in, connects up with Paoli. A little bit of room for the newcomer, Sullivan. Squires was in control, tries to get out to Taylor, but the last little oomph that she needed to put on that ball just didn't happen. Tigers claim that Squires got away with another handball there. The referee says play on. Buchanan with some room. Sends it back to the back line. Beneke stepping up. Taylor comes out with the steal. A couple touches by Sullivan. Sullivan gets it out to Mackey. Mackey back to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Mackey. Mackey beats her defender, but just loses a little bit of control of the ball, and the defender sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Good opportunity here for the Hawkettes, deep in their offensive territory. Kephart will be the one to throw in here. Taylor sends it back out to Kephart. Kephart lofts it up, top of the box. Little push in the back there, but gets away with it. Peterson looks like she's to be able to track this down from the back line defending. Nice little pass inside. Couple good touches. Bounces off of a couple people. Ball still moving. What do they call there? They called something there. I don't know what they called. I didn't even look to see there was really a foul there, but must have gone off somebody's arm or something. Referee calls the play dead and motions that it's over to the Tigers. Nice little head ball in there. So what's the Tigers defense going to do with this one? They're going to kick it out of bounds. So it'll be a Hawkette throw in. 12 minutes left to go here in the first half. 0-0. Offensively, this has been all Hawkettes pretty much this whole match. Only a couple of seconds of possession for the Tigers in the offensive zone for themselves. Nice little move right at the top of the key. And 13 for the Hawkettes. Takes a shot at Squires. But Wade catches it and sends the ball well over the top of the frame. It'll be a goal kick for Montgomery for the Tigers.
In for the Tigers, Esther Tink.
Tink in for the Tigers, another substitution. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. She's coming in for the Tigers.
We'd like to thank more of our lead sponsors: Iowa Rush Soccer Club, Jimmy John's, JP Party Rentals, and Bertie Murphy and Strong, Nate's Construction.
Taylor with control down the sidelines. Deeks, her defender, stops that ball, sends it back. That's Kephart that sends it down the line, trying to connect up with Mackey, but she's a little bit too strong. Taylor pressuring. Mackey gets control, gets around one of her defenders, got another defender in front of her. Nice little fancy footwork with the ball. Right-footed shot there, but the goalkeeper's in great position. Comes up with it. She sends the ball long, tries to connect up with DeYoung in the midfield. But the Hawkettes, there's several of them ready for that maneuver and are able to get control as they go right back onto the offensive foot there. That's a shot on goal. It's the first score of the game. Hawkettes score! Trying to get a number there. Isabel Squires steps up and takes the shot and scores the goal. Number 13 for the first goal of the year. Squires. Hawkettes take a 1-0 lead right at the under the 10-minute mark here left to go in the first half. 1-0 Hawkettes. Goal Squires.
In for Ankeny, number 26, Van Houwen. Placing number 20, Ava Paley.
Squires a sophomore midfielder defender, so she definitely was playing up from her kind of like, I think I called out her kind of maybe playing that defending midfielder, but she stepped up and made it count when she got an opportunity to take a shot. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be a Hawkette throw in. Peterson down there ready to throw it in. They called maybe a foot fault there. Just want to let you know about some of the next events that we've got going on the Ankeny Activities Network. We've got the girls track meet at Northview on Thursday of this week, so 2 days from now. Girls soccer here on Friday at 5 versus Pella. And boys soccer Friday at 7:30 at Northview. And then girls soccer noon Saturday versus Pleasant Valley here at the home pitch. So looking forward to Getting a lot of action here for some of the spring sports as things start to get going and get these Hawkettes and Hawks active on the field and on the track. Foul right there at the halfway down the offensive zone for the Hawkettes there, and they'll get a free kick. A little bit of a push from the back and knock the defender down. Wind's blowing the ball around and get it steady enough. They're able to put it back into play. Van Houweling back into the match. She connects up with Sullivan. Sullivan centers, tries to connect up with Mackey. Mackey takes a little turn, puts it off the outside, and Taylor with his shot goes right off the edge of the goalkeeper and goes right off the edge of the frame there. It'll be a corner kick for the Hawkettes as Kephart comes down, take another corner kick. It'll be the 4th corner kick of the game for the Hawkettes. Yeah, Taylor's going to be reminiscing on that one. Mackey just touched that ball and put a nice little drop pass there for her to be able to put away, and I think she just got a little bit nervous and didn't hit it with a full force because easily could have put that ball away. Kephart's going to be taking this corner kick from the far side. Does have a player short right now, but as we've seen in other corner kicks here, she's probably going to drop off and put another offensive player. She does take it short this time. Kicks it back out to Kephart. Kephart's going to come around the corner, puts the ball into play, ping-pongs around a little bit, touched by the Tigers, and they're able to get enough control to send it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Peterson grabs that ball, tries to take it quickly. Just about 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. As we have a substitution for the Hawkettes. They're brought to you by Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Stedich will be taking a seat, and in comes, get a number. She's gonna get her first touch right there from being the substitution.
In for the Hawkettes, number 25, Allison Hawkins.
That's number 25, Allison Hawkins. Into the game. I think it's our first action of the night. Junior forward. Steal by the Tigers. Abruptly stolen right back by the Hawkettes. They would think soccer would be one of the hardest knee injuries to come back from, with as much lower body twisting and torsion that you end up doing on the soccer field. Just a little bit of a different animal. That Van Houweling coming back, like I said, with that large brace, looks like maybe coming off of an ACL injury. But from what I've seen so far tonight, it looks like she's moving around pretty well. Doesn't seem to be impacting her at all. Peterson, nice little touch pass to Peterson. That was from Allison Hawkins, newly into the game. Peterson centers that ball, trying to connect up with Mackey. Kephart heads that ball down. Connects up with Taylor on the far side. Taylor trying to get it to some open space for Mackey to do some magic. She does get it tracked down. Kicked into our goal scorer. That Squires tries to take the ball in deep once again. It's going to be a goal kick for the Tigers. But Squires there threatening again as she pushes all the way down to that offensive zone for the Hawkettes. Now drops back to her standard defending midfielder position. Fight for the ball on the far side of the field, right at midfield. That's won by Taylor. She gets the throw-in for the Hawkettes. foul called on the Hawkettes. If anything, I thought that would have been on the Tigers there, but they called it the other way. They try to take it quickly. But a quick step in there for Mackey is slows down the play there, and then the referee requires them to roll it back a little bit for the free kick. Beneke puts that ball back into play. Drops it right down to Mackey. Mackey's trying to split the defense. He's got an offensive player on the far side. She's going to be onside. Cross back into Mackey. Mackey one touch, and then another defender comes back in, and they send it to the outside, but it's still controlled by the Hawkettes. And then one more touch by the Tigers sends the ball out to Taylor. Taylor over to Peterson. Peterson's got some room. Back into Squire. Squire's several touches there. Meets up with two Tiger defenders. Peterson picks the ball up. Nice touch out of her. Sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be off the Tigers. And it'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Another substitution coming in here. Just a little over 2 minutes left to go. As Schapveld will take a seat. And in comes number 7. Looks like Marley Buchan back into the game. Peterson throws the ball in. Nice pass it to the midfield. Just kind of floats up there. Van Houweling settles that one down. Comes over to Taylor. Taylor to Mackey. Mackey surveying the field. Looks for an opportunity. Gets it back out to Taylor. Taylor with a shot. Montgomery knocks that ball down with both hands and is able to control it after a couple bounces. Would have been nice to have the Hawkettes get a nice little goal there right before halftime to lengthen their lead, but they're still sticking with the 1-0 lead. Off of a goal from Squires. Isabel Squires. Squires gets the ball again, sends it out to Peterson. Peterson tries to flip the field, but the wind catches that ball. Doesn't let it go all the way to the far side. Buchan in there fighting for the ball. Van Houweling with a swing and a miss. And then knocks it right off the back of the Tiger defender. She didn't even see it coming. Mackey with a few touches connects up with Taylor on the far side. She's got a player to her outside. She sends it out there. Is she going to be able to get to it? She is not. It's going to roll out the back of the pitch. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Seconds trickling off the clock. 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes.
At halftime, don't forget to grab yourself a hot chocolate, coffee, and some grilled items in the concession stand. The North window is open.
Fight along the sideline there. They do end up calling the ball out of bounds. It'll be thrown for the Tigers. Well, we'll hear a word from all of our sponsors here at the seconds trickle off the clock for the end of the first half. It's a 1-0 lead off of a score from Squires to get the first goal of the season. The Hawkettes go into the halftime 1-0. We'll have another 40 minutes for you. As soon as we get back from halftime, we'll be back with you in just a moment.
With US Cellular Prepaid, getting a great deal doesn't mean sacrificing a great experience. Other prepaid providers stick you with price hikes and slower networks. With US Cellular Prepaid, there are no hidden fees or gimmicks. And now, because you get a Samsung Galaxy A16 5G for free, a great experience is even better. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
That's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
Because you get both.
Get both. 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90. US Cellular, built for us.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
US Cellular has a new deal we don't want you to miss. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus on us and stay a step ahead with Galaxy AI.
Well, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on us. US Cellular, built for us.
And we're back here just at halftime, about 4 minutes left to go here in the halftime. We have a 1-0 lead by the Hawkettes off of a goal by Squires for the first score of the Hawkette season. Blank scoreboard up there for Close, as she has just had to touch the ball just a couple times for the Hawkettes. we'll see how things flip around here in the second half, as the wind is definitely a factor tonight, as I just stepped out of the booth here and about got blown away here. We're nice and warm up here in the booth, but these fans are having to hold on for dear life as this wind is just gusting like crazy. It's out of the east going to the west, almost right into the face of the fans for both sides. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Hear a couple more words from our sponsors. We'll be ready to go for the final 40 minutes of the first game of the season for Hawkette Soccer.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
With US Cellular Prepaid, getting a great deal doesn't mean sacrificing a great experience. Other prepaid providers stick you with price hikes and slower networks. With US Cellular Prepaid, there are no hidden fees or gimmicks. And now, because you get a Samsung Galaxy A16 5G for free, a great experience is even better. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Rush Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
US Cellular has a new deal we don't want you to miss. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus on us and stay a step ahead with Galaxy AI.
Well, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on us. US Cellular, built for us.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Rush Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
That's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
Because you get both.
Get both. 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90. US Cellular, built for us.
And perfectly back from half. Producer Andy nails it there. As right as we come back for commercial, we get the first whistle. So we'll be flipping the script here in the second half. The maroon of the Hawkettes will be on your right, move it to the left. And the white tops with black shorts of the Cedar Falls Tigers will be moving from left to right. As Paoli already gets a good touch and has already tried to get some offensive going here in the second half. So stepped out, like I said, in the halftime there. The wind is really coming straight out of the east and going to the west. So right in the face of most of the fans that are sitting here in the stands. So, I mean, I really don't know if there's really an advantage one way or the other on how this wind is affecting things. Taylor with a nice touch. Sends it into Paoli. Paoli tries to one-shot that, but it goes off the back of a Cedar Falls defender, and it'll be the first corner kick of the second half for the Hawkettes. That'll send number 4, Kephart, out to the corner. Nobody short, at least initially here, for Kephart, so it'll be a full corner kick here as she's going to be punting this one into the wind. Interesting formation here for the Hawkettes as they pull in some defenders from the far side. They try to flood in. Nice little header comes off for the Hawkettes, but just barely rolls out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Montgomery takes it short. Pushes it right into the teeth of that Ankeny offense as they just push right down as Taylor gets a touch. We've got some sprinkles starting to come down, some drops coming down intermittently here. So they're trying to get this game done with before we get any real adverse weather here, because it could get miserable really quickly if it starts to get wet out here. Montgomery kicks that ball. Wind knocks that down pretty abruptly. Buchan steps up and gets a first touch on it, but loses the ball. But then it goes back. It'll be a foul on the Hawkettes. Be a free kick for the Tigers. Like starting lineups look to be very similar from what we started with at the beginning of the game. Van Houweling drops the ball down the sidelines. Connects up with Mackey, number 7, with a touch on the ball. Bounces off the defender and got the had the goalie going in the wrong direction. So Buchan gets an attack here. Are they saying goal kick, or yeah, it should be a corner kick. I thought he was motioning at the goalie there for a second, but. That'll be the second corner kick of the half. That'll be Kephart stepping over to take that one. The corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Ankeny's premier soccer club. Camps, leagues, a little bit of everything soccer related there coming at you for Iowa Rush. Kephart puts it into place, kind of just hangs out there, goes right over the top, I think off of a Tiger header. Yeah, I think it'll be another corner kick here for the Hawkettes, as the Tiger was the one that got her head up there and sent it over the top of the goal. As we have some police presence out here on the Ankeny Boulevard. Is that Ankeny Boulevard over there? Kephart stepping up to take another ball here. Kephart puts the ball into play. Sails this one over to the far side. Mackey gets a nice little head on the ball there, but Montgomery just waiting in the exact right spot to be able to wrap that one up. Send it down the field, and it'll go abruptly out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Hawkettes. Taylor's going to track down this ball, get it back into play. Goes in for a couple bounces, but nobody's able to get a touch on that one and rolls out of bounds. Squires tried to go up and get a header on that ball, but Paoli got a little tiny bit of a touch, and Squires went down flat on her back there. She jumps up. Squires is our lone goal scorer of the match, as the Hawkettes still lead 1-0, 5 minutes into the second half here. Mackey with a steal just past midfield. Going to send a pass, goes off of a defender and goes the wrong way there. I think she was trying to throw the pass back out to Van Houweling to see if she could cut the gap there and get a clean ball. Taylor connects up with Paoli. Paoli has two defenders on her. That was definitely a corner kick on that ball, but the referee says it went off of the Hawkettes. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Montgomery takes it short. Nice box out for Peterson on the far side as that ball runs out of bounds. Mackey sends it over to Taylor. Taylor with a few touches, takes it back to the middle. Looking for the next pass. Tries to squeak it through there, but goes off of a defender. It'll be the third corner kick for the Hawkettes. Corner kick's brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Kephart stepping up. Does have a short player there along with her. Ball's put into play. Pinballing around, controlled by the Tigers. Tigers send it right back out. Kephart gets control of it again. Takes it right back down to that line. Loses the ball. Tiger goes down, but no call by the referee. Referee says play on. Squires once again making a deep run here. And it leads to the Tigers sending the ball off out the back of the pitch. It'll be another corner kick for the Hawkettes. Coach Simon yelling some advice from the sidelines as both Kephart and the short player for the corner kick here are strolling over there to get into position. She goes short, sends it back over to Kephart. Kephart left foot sends that ball in. Taylor tries to settle that ball down, but it doesn't look like she gets enough of it. She does get a touch on it, and it looks like it's going to go out the back of the pitch. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Sound like Allie Mackey's mom, Angie Mackey, is at least down in Florida watching the game from afar here tonight. Glad that she's able to catch the game tonight. Not sure if her father Brent is there as well, but I don't think I saw him in the stands tonight, so he may be in Florida as well. Hopefully they can push some of that nice weather up to us or bring it back home with them when they come home. As Van Houweling draws the foul just right at the tip of the goal box. Mackey will be stepping up with a great opportunity to put this ball into a really dangerous spot. Referee gives the 10 yards, moves a three-man wall back to that 10 yards. Goalkeeper Montgomery is busy getting everybody in the right position. Mackey goes up, steps up, and the ball just catches the wind and goes straight up into the air, goes well over the top of the frame. Goal kick for the Tigers. The rain's coming? Yeah. Yeah, rain's starting to spit here. One of the best little pass exchanges there for the Tigers, and abruptly Squire steps into that one and gets it over to Mackey, and she moves the ball up the field. Defender chasing her, two other defenders with her too. Mackey scalds that one, and the goalie just happened to be in the right position. Montgomery just pops it up with both hands right up into the air and catches it, puts the ball back into play. But nice little one-timer there for Mackey. Both players go down. It'll be a foul on Squires. I don't know how you really call it on Squires. Looked like they just both ran into each other and both fell down. I would have had a play on there. That'll be number 22, Beneke, to put the ball back into play. Best offense of the night here for the Tigers. They get a touchdown underneath the top of the box. But they're only there for a couple seconds, and Ankeny steals that ball away and gets it right back out to midfield. He's changed shape a little bit. Looks like Van Houweling's dropped down for an attacking midfielder and flip-flopped with Mackey. Mackey's up to the center forward. That's where she gets the ball. Sends it out to Van Houweling on the far side. Van Houweling letting the play develop in front of her. Loses the ball, but Buchan's right there to be able to pick it back up. Cedar Falls recognizing that they're in a disadvantaged position there. Sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. It'll be a substitution. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital with the substitutions tonight. That'll be Van Houweling taking a seat on the bench and bringing in, let's see a number there. I'm guessing it's Sullivan maybe. Taylor with a nice turn, gets it into Mackey in the top of the box. Quick shot from her. Montgomery makes a perfect move, able to get her hands on that one and thwart the goal attempt from Mackey. It's got to be her 4th or 5th attack on the shot on goal there for her. Squire sends the ball into Mackey. Mackey with some nice control does lose a little bit of possession. Back over to Paoli. Tiger defense sends it back to Montgomery at the goal. She takes a step up. Knocked down by Taylor. Taylor to Paoli. Paoli tries to make a move, but is not able to keep control of the ball. Gets back over to the Tigers defense. They send the ball off Paoli out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. 15 minutes gone here in the second half. Still a 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes off of a goal from Squires. Our second substitution of the night here for Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. That'll be Buchan taking a seat, and I believe they were bringing in Allison Hawking there, but I need to get a number there. That could be Stidich there that came in. I think it is Stidich that came in. Stedich, sorry, Stedich. Abby Stedich into the game, number 19. She gets her first touch the second half there. Connects up with Sullivan, but they draw the foul there. Stedich draws the foul. Kephart stepping up to take this ball. So it looks like Kephart's going to take the longer distance stuff, and then Mackey will take the shorter distance stuff. Closer to the box. Kephart steps up. Dangerous ball, but Montgomery just steps right up and catches that one midair, no problem. She punts the ball back in. Mackey tries to slide that ball right through that gap, but the two Tiger defenders are able to meet up together and get the ball, get the possession. Paoli with a nice little steal, settles the ball down. Nice little try there. Mackey gets the ball back. Got quite a few defenders around there, and they get the ball off of our foot. Defensive line able to step up for the Hawkettes. Schapfeld with a touch. Squires moves the ball up the field, gets it to Mackey. Mackey makes a nice move around her defender. We're going to see a shot from Mackey here. Settles it down, gets her taken out there. Could have easily been a foul. She hits the ground. Squires takes the shot, another shot there. And Montgomery's right place at the right time pretty much this whole match except for one ball. I think he had a good opportunity with Taylor as a pass in the late first half. Mackey laid a ball off to Taylor, and if she would have struck it, would have put that ball away. But alas, it goes right off the edge of the goal keep. But once again, offensively, just a dominant performance here, both in the first half and thus far in the second half. The Tigers have very, very rarely gotten the ball over midfield, and when they have, it's just been for a few seconds, and Ankeny gets it back and sends it back right back into the offensive zone. Be a corner kick for the Hawkettes.
Corner kick, Ankeny.
Kephart's hustling over to the side. He's going to take this one again. Got to be the 5th or 6th here. Corner kick for the Hawkettes here in the second half. Hawkettes take it short. Touch back to Kephart. Kephart strikes it. Mackey with a one-touch there, but not able to get it towards the goal. Just a little bit over halfway done with the second half. 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes on a goal off of Squires.
Flooring America, District 36, Garbanzo, Suitable, Grimaldi's, Ivy.
We'll call out one of our other sponsors, Jen Oliver at New American Funding. You could contact her with any of your mortgage needs. Taylor in some dangerous spot there. Gets the shot on goal there, but Montgomery just swats that ball. It goes out of bounds. It'll be another corner kick. Corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Premier soccer destination here in Ankeny. Got a substitution coming in as well for Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospitals. Paoli's going to go to the bench, and we'll be bringing in maybe Allison Hawking. Yep, Allison Hawking comes into the game in place of Paoli. Kephart setting that ball up there, trying to get it to not blow away as the wind's blowing right in her face. She puts it into play, goes short, gives it back to Kephart. Kephart launches it. Oh, nice opportunity there, and I think the goalie touched it once again there, but she's claiming she didn't, and the referee agrees, and it'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Nice little bit of possession here by the Tigers as they work their way down the field. One of the first forays of the offensive zone for them. But once again, it's kicked out of there pretty quickly by the Hawkettes. Short-lived impact into the offensive zone as Mackey moves the ball down the field. 3 offensive players and 5 defenders as Mackey works her way through there, but is not able to get control of that last touch, and it goes right to Montgomery. She picks it up and then is going to punt this one. Taylor picks that ball up at the midfield. Gets it to Squires. Squires to Hawking. To Mackey. And Mackey tries to thread the needle on a pass there between 2 defenders. But Sullivan not able to control that one and peek her way right through that needle hole there. Montgomery kicks it. Ball's going to trickle out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Another substitution for the Tigers. They're brought to you by Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. That'll be number 3, Fober for the substitution, and that brings in number 15. See if I can get a name for number 15. Be Nia Ling into the game for the Tigers, number 15. Hawkettes push again. It'll lead to a corner kick. Nice little give and go from Sullivan to Mackey. And Mackey tries to make a play. It goes off Tiger defender out of the back of the pitch. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick's brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Kephart and Schapfelt over there. Schapfelt's the short player. They run that same play again. Schapfelt kicks it right over to Kephart. Kephart sends it in. Bounces around, pops up there, but Montgomery's able to corral that one. She rolls the ball in. Taylor connects up with Sullivan. Sullivan in a good position. Tries to beat a defender. Picked up by Stedich. Shot. Just barely misses. Might have been an offsides call there as well, maybe. Maybe not. Tigers are playing with fire, taking these balls short. They are going to get burned here eventually. Ankeny will make the pay. Taylor sends it into Mackey into the middle. Mackey got a little bit of room to be able to maneuver. I think that was a shot there, but just is not able to get it onto the goalie frame. Another substitution for the Tigers. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Riley will take a seat at the bench, and then I'll bring in number 12. Number 12 is going to be Esther Tink, freshman midfielder. Her first action of the second half. Just under 15 minutes left to go here in the game. 1-0 lead for Ankeny. It's kind of one of the typical Ankeny Hawkettes games over the course of the last couple of years. Not a lot of offense, but enough offense to get a win, and very, very solid defense. The defense has once again been really, really productive. They've been able to corral almost every offensive try that the Tigers have thrown at them tonight, and really close has not even really been tested at all tonight. Had a few touches back there, but not very many at all. I think in the second half here, I don't know if she's touched the ball once here in the second half at all. So we're 26 minutes into the second half, and I don't think she's had one bit of action so far. Hawkettes with a throw in. Peterson gives way to Kephart. Kephart must be the long distance throwee here as they get a little bit closer to the goal. It's a job of Emma Gott, a graduating senior from last year, was the long toss specialist. Mackey has that drop right in front of her, but just too many defenders between her and the goals. Pinballs around several different defenders. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Van Houweling set to return into the game. Looks like she's going to be coming in for number 5. Sullivan will take a seat.
Into the Hawkettes, number 46, Van Houweling. Into number 5, Presley Sullivan.
Mackey with some good work on the far side. Gets control. Starting to make her way through a set of defenders. Takes a shot. Montgomery, one skip, gets that ball. Nice deflection down there by Squires to get the ball, keep the ball in play. Taylor tries to make a run, splitting 2 defenders, but one of the defenders gets a foot out there, is able to stop the ball. And a penalty on the Hawkettes as number 4, Kephart, just kind of runs through the back of the defender. That'll be a free kick for the Tigers. Beneke getting a touch on that ball, getting ready to put a ball back into play. She launches it. Van Halling's getting an opportunity here if she's able to split those, but the 2 defenders converge on that ball and able to control it as the Hawkettes get the control back of the ball. They send the ball down. Nice centering pass there, tried. I think that was Peterson on the far side. Had a nice job of running that one down, getting control of it, and kind of rolling around to get a shot, but just a little bit too much. Wind caught it and pushed that one out. Stedich will be taking a seat. Heart of Ankeny a possible substitution. I think that's Paoli back into the game. I haven't announced it yet, but I'm pretty sure that's Paoli on the far side. She gets her touch right there as she puts on pressure, gets into Mackey. Mackey one-times it. And Montgomery's been really, really solid here in the second half. And most of the first half, she's pretty much knocked down everything that they've asked her to. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. 30 minutes elapsed here in the second half. 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes off of the foot of Squires, Isabel Squires. Mackey with some footwork here in the midfield. Gets it to Squires. Squires makes a turn on the ball. Loses a little bit of control. Had a couple defenders on her back. Wouldn't know any better. It looks like Hawkettes are kind of just playing with like 2 extra people out on the field there. They have been dominant all night on offense, and defending wise, they've just been in all the right spots and at the right times to be able to really just minimize any offensive thoughts that the Tigers have had any time of this game. It's been summarily erased as they try to move the ball down the field and connect those passes. Young back into the game for the Tigers. Mackey with another shot. Misses to the right for the first time tonight. Most of her shots have been to the left. This will move to the right, but it was touched by the goalkeeper. As she gives a referee a hard look there. Says, I don't think I did, but she's claimed that all night in almost every situation. So it'll be a corner kick for the Hawkettes. Corner kicks brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. She'll be battling with the wind, so she's just going to barely need to touch this one. Touched by Peterson, goes off of her shoulder and goes out the back of the pitch. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers as a substitution coming in for the Hawkettes. That'll be number 25, Hawkins, taking a seat. And that will be number 7, Buchan coming back into the game. Buchan's going to get a touch here right off the bench. She's going to get an opportunity to get a shot in, or an opportunity. Takes the ball to the outside of Van Houweling. Van Houweling tries a little bit of fancy footwork and gives the defender time to get in position. It'll be a Hawkettes throw in. Taylor's going to be throwing that one in. Connects up with Buchan. Buchan to Taylor. Taylor back to Buchan. Buchan tries to slide that one down to Van Houweling, but it's going to go out to the backside, and it'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Substitution for the Tigers. Looks like they're bringing back in number 22, I believe. Or is that 24? 24 gives the ball up there as it rolls to the side there. Van Houweling almost got a touch on it, but Mackey does get the ball there. Throwing a lot of defenders at her way. That'll be Emerson Bartlett that just got into the game, a junior defender and a midfielder. Montgomery moves out of the penalty box and grabs the ball. Punt back into play. Nice job by Squires to settle that ball down, get around the defender, and gets a left-footed shot on goal, but too far to the left. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Mackey with good pressure. Gets the ball off of there. Gets it over to Squires. Squires sends it out to Van Houweling. Van Houweling out to Paoli. Paoli, nice touch to get back inside. Centers the ball. Tries to connect with Mackey. Mackey tries to get their head down to get a touch on that ball, but it just flicks right off of her shoulder and goes to the far side. Looks like they're still battling over here for the ball, but it actually goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Tigers. Van Houweling has the ball drop right at her feet. Takes a shot there, but Montgomery rises up and pops that one up above her head and controls it. Punts the ball down the field. Referee gets in the way, but they play on. All players getting buzzed by a Canadian goose as he's trying to come in for a landing there someplace on the far side of the field. Scared everybody there as it made a low pass over the top of all the players. Tigers try to get the ball to the outside, but it's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Ball boy is ready to go. Strong throw-in from Kephart. Headed down the field by Buchan. Stolen by Taylor. Taylor to the outside, but it's going to be a little bit too strong for the attacking midfielder, attacking outside. Rolls out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Van Houweling tips the ball out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for the Tigers. Just about ready to go into the 2-minute mark. Hawkettes have to hold on for a few more minutes and not have anything crazy happen. Try and get another goal here, but obviously keep pressure on the Tigers. So no opportunity to score that goal as it goes out of bounds. Taylor should be taking her time to throw this ball in as it does trickle under the 2-minute mark. Paoli with a couple touches on the far side loses the ball. Tigers looking for some kind of last grasp here as they try to get the ball down the field. Paoli heads the ball, tries to connect up with Van Halen. She does so. Van Halen misses her defender and just a little bit too late on the attack, but I think she had Montgomery beat, and I think it's going to be a corner kick for the Hawkettes as Van Halen's a little bit maybe gimpy she got up there, but looks like she's walking it off. Looks like Paoli's going to take this one in lieu of running Kephart all the way over there this time. Kephart's going to join the fray. Paoli back out from Mackey. Paoli takes the shot. Goes off of a defender, and the goalie was moving the wrong direction, but just got enough of movement back to the right direction to get a hand on that one. Almost an own goal there from the Tigers. Well, Taylor and Squires try to step up and knock that ball down. Tigers trying to make the last gasp here. Be a handball for the Hawkettes. I'll give a free kick here for the Tigers. 9 seconds left to go. They're going to want to get this free kick in here and see if they can get a touch here. Put it back into play. And that'll be the end of the game. 1-0 win for the Hawkettes off of a lone goal from Squires in the first half. Very good offensive production for the Hawkettes, although they didn't show much up on the scoreboard. Defense-wise, was a great game from the Hawkettes defense-wise. They'll have a lot of positives they can take from this game. They'll be looking to score some more goals, but the defending was just really top level here for the first night of games here for the 2025 season here for the Hawkettes. Once again, I want to give you a rundown of the rest of the week as we get into the rest of the week. We have girls track meet here in Northview on Thursday. Girls soccer here Friday at 5 o'clock versus Pella. Boys soccer Friday at 7:30 in Northview. And then girls soccer noon here against Pleasant Valley here at the stadium. So we'll look forward to seeing everybody. Welcome to the spring sports season for the Ankeny Hawkettes. And we'll see you guys later and see you next time. Thanks a lot.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.